Hey Polystheticals, welcome back. It's been a while. New place, so no more green screen, but we'll try and make do. So in this episode, I'll be showing you the next batch of aliens, which invades the Middle East region. They're called the Dondurminorphs, and they have ice cream shapes and cows and dairy and whatnot. They have a pink color scheme, or rather a neapolitan ice cream color scheme, and they have this high-tech sort of aesthetic. Think Eva from Morley, or if you've ever played Little Big Planet 2, Avalonia, you know, with all those transparent chips and whatnot. That's the aesthetic. So the first one, as you can see on the screen here, is the Uddership. And there's quite a few new mechanics here, so we'll go through that slowly. So let's demonstrate this first one. So this is your basic Dondurminorph. Yeah, looks like 3 ice cream scoops in a bowl, and it has an udder for a cannon. And as you can see, it takes 3 shots, but completely in random directions. So the fact that it hit that building, totally coincidence. Now I'll wait for this to land, because there's a new mechanic here that I would like to demonstrate. Which you saw a bit of that there, which is that thermometer. And it's a temperature mechanic, so if your temperature drops to 0, you'll freeze, and you'll have to, because this is a mobile game, you'll have to tap on the screen to break the ice so you can move again. In the opposite way, if your temperature goes too high, you'll catch fire and take damage, unless you go in the ocean to put the fire out. Now if you get too close to an Uddership, as you can see here, you'll see these little particles come up. It's saying that it's having a cold chilling effect on the ship. If you stay there too long, you'll freeze. I can move it because I'm on a keyboard, but on a touch screen you won't be able to access the controls, so you'll have to tap the screen until all the ice breaks, until you can move again. But you know, since we're here, I can turn the temperature up, and you can see what happens when the ship goes on fire. And if you go into the ocean, that will put the fire out, and your temperature resets to normal. Cool. Let's take a look at the next one. Alright, so the next one is the Moonolith. Pretty simple, and this is, you can think of this as the Dondurminorphs variant of the Oysteron Rex, which, if you recall, that's an alien that when it lands stays in one spot but continues firing. But of course the difference here is the projectiles of the Dondurminorphs reduce the player's temperature. Alright, this one's landed. Now it won't fire unless there's something in its aiming area. So now that I've parked in its aiming area, it will continue to fire at me. If it sees a building, however, it will fire at that building, as we can see in this one here. And if we're both in the area, it will choose a target at random. Cool. Let's take a look at the next one. This one's a bit more complicated. It's called the Waddleitbeak. It's shaped like a penguin / a stealth bomber. The ice cream cone as a tip. And what this does is it actually dives at the player. And at ships. And at buildings, rather. Oh, and they fire too. I forgot about that. Once they get to a certain height, they will dive into either the player or a building, which you saw there. Now if they hit the player, which hopefully I can get to demonstrate, you'll get instantly frozen. Now if you're already frozen, it will deal double damage to you. for obvious reasons, you don't want too many of these around. Let's take a look at the next one. Okay, next one's the Stridewafer. It's shaped like an udder with a waffle and a top hat, and you'll see how all of these little elements come together. This is a walking alien, so you can think of it as an upgrade to the Enoki pod. But the wafer also forms a shield, so you can think of this similar to the Neuromitro Center and the last one. So you can't deal any damage to the alien unless it opens up its shields, which it does when it's firing. Now if it lands, the challenge is a bit different. So it walks around, but you can't hit it from the side. So the shields go to the sides. In this case I can. And in the next episode, I'll show you the ships that you can unlock in this region. And they don't just have the, the plow or the pincers. You can actually fire at range to deal with the new threats. Cool, that's the Stridewafer. Let's take a look at the next one. Next one's pretty straightforward. Alrighty, this one is called the A2 Lactical Bomber. It's pretty obvious what it does. Cow-shaped bomber that drops bombs, I guess. Let's take a look at what makes this one different to the Stingray, which is one of the bathymetroids. Okay, there's one coming in here. It'll pick a random spot on the ground. Drop one of these ice cream bombs. Now these bombs, they deal a lot of damage and they reduce your temperature. Now you'll notice, once they reach the outside, they actually turn around. And so they repeat this pattern 4 times. They have 4 bombs to drop. And they'll pick a random spot each time. Here they are pushing each other. I'll try and figure out a way around that. Oop. Now notice this Lactical Bomber dropped its last bomb and it flew away. Cool, let's go on to the next one. Okay, next one is the Taurtemcone. As you can see, I haven't updated the visuals for the Xeno decks. So let's jump straight into the level. And here you'll see the actual ice cream cone. There we go. Ice cream cone with 3 scoops on top. And at the moment it just behaves like just your regular standard enemy, but do some damage and they start breaking free. And they go in increasing difficulty, so your chocolate scoop, yeah, this is the equivalent of the squid from the bathymetroids. So you'll get chocolate ice cream on your screen, which obscures your vision. But this time it also does damage. Recall that the squid doesn't do any damage. Now our next scoop, the vanilla one, shoots an ice beam. So recall in the previous set of aliens, the mushrooms, there was a lot of aliens that had these beam weapons. And this is the equivalent of that, but it also reduces the player's temperature. Now the scoops themselves don't land, they keep going around once they get to a certain height, but the cone lands. So the strawberry scoop drops ice bombs, similar to the A2 Lactical Bomber. So they get increasingly more dangerous. The cone can land, the scoops don't land. Once they land, the thread is over, they no longer break apart. Might change that logic, we'll see. Or to balance it, I can give it a very high invasion value, so you don't want it to land. Let's take a look at the final of the regular Dondurminorphs. This one is called the Narwhirlca. As you can see, it's shaped like an orca, but it has an ice cream cone spike like a narwhal. We'll see the significance of this as we play. So it fires beam weapons. It's also exceptionally tough, like the goblin sharks from the Metroids. If it's close enough, it will target the player directly. Okay, there we go. Took a while. Particular scenario, if you get too close and you enter the strike area, while it's moving, it will stab you. And an easy way to see this, we'll switch to a flying ship next. This is mostly meant to be a threat to the flying ships. So recall it does three things. If there's no player in zone, if there's no player around it, it will shoot an ice beam straight down. If there is, it will take a targeted shot. And if it's close enough, it will strike you with the, with the ice cream cone. Let's go to our fleet. There we go. It almost tried to stab me there, and stabbed me there again. It also stabs forward. So if you're in front of the, Narwhirlca, it will still go for you. There we go. Got destroyed. It's a bit difficult to demonstrate. The reason is it needs to be in a moving forward state. But for a demonstration, I've had the life cycle of these aliens greatly sped up, so they rotate more, move down quickly, and shoot. That sort of balancing will come later. But if it was moving forward and you entered the collision area at the front of the alien, that's when it will strike forward. And you can see that's what it looks like. Alright, let's move on to the final Dondurminorph, which is the boss. So the boss is called Bluddertusk. Now, if you've seen Devlog Zero, I mentioned that one of the inspirations for this game is the Nintendo DS game Big Bang Mini. It's like a simple shoot 'em up that you play with a stylus, but one of the bosses is I think it was called Rock and Roll Walrus or something. It's just a big walrus with sunglasses and a mohawk. This is what Bluddertusk is based after. And so it invades the final level of the Middle East, which is Istanbul. Now he has many attacks, so if a building or the player goes underneath him, he will stab you with one of his tusks. If you trail behind him, he will shoot bombs at you. Various kinds of bombs. So a chocolate bomb, okay. A chocolate bomb will cover the screen with chocolate ice cream. A vanilla bomb will lower your temperature, but a strawberry bomb will raise your temperature. Now he'll move around to a random spot and then go to the edge of the level. Once he does that, he will aim at the player and start rapid firing different kinds of ice cream. And it goes in a sequence. So your chocolate ice cream again, block the screen. Vanilla ice cream drops the temperature. And strawberry ice cream raises the temperature. Oop. Cool, that's Bluddertusk. Pretty straightforward, but I'll try and make him tough. And as we saw there, he got damaged by his own bombs. So I'll try and find a fix for that as well. But otherwise, that's all I had for this video. Thank you for watching. In the next one, I'll introduce the Saffronauts, which are the 4 ships that you can unlock and purchase starting from the Middle East region. So I'll see you there. Any questions, suggestions, comments, yeah, please leave them in that box down below. Please don't forget to like and subscribe as well. See you in the next one.